from Beer Australia Reviews, and after a hectic few minutes with a couple of technicals, I'm finally going live. Okay, so today is June the 19th, 2022, but I'm going to take you back in time to the year of 1994. Now, if you can remember back to 1994, you'll remember that not much happened. I mean, there was hardly any news stories. I mean, 1994 was the year that time forgot. It's that bad. I actually made a video about it. Hold on, let me play you the video. The biggest thing to happen in 1994 was the World Cup. It's Maradona's highest ever achievement, and Baggio's highest ever penalty. And that was just before Shoemaker Levy 9 crashed into Jupiter, was the other thing that happened that year. Oh, there goes Baggio's kick, still going. And the biggest film of 1994 was The Lion King.
What's that dark place over there, Dad?
That's Australian beer in the 90s, son.
Doesn't get any better than this.
Yeah, so if you were drinking Australian beer in the 1990s, you were getting Foster's or you were getting something similar. Whereas in the UK, what were we drinking? Well, by this time, we'd started to get all of the really unusual beers around the place. Now, a particular date sticks in my mind, and that is June the 19th, 1994, because at about 7 p.m. UK time, I opened one of these. There it is. It's a bottle of Chimay Red in a 75cl bottle. Now, if you don't know about Chimay Red, it's made actually by Trappist monks in Belgium. So this particular one, the abbey is called Scourmont Abbey. Scourmont, Abbey. And the Chimay Red because it's got the red label, has been brewed by the monks in Belgium since 1862. So they have a tradition going. So the best way of finding out a bit more about this one is actually to seek out a television program from the 1990s called The Beer Hunter with Michael Jackson, who was not the singer Michael Jackson, but Michael Jackson, the beer writer, because he went to the abbey and he sampled the beer and he met the monks and he spoke to them about how they make it and even about the yeast that they use inside the Chimay beers. Anyways, okay, let's get this thing open. Okay, so it's a brown ale. We shouldn't need any. I'll tell you what I will do though. I'm going to grab that just in case, because this is one of them times when we could have a disaster. Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. Oh, this is a 2021 vintage. It's got it on the cork. Okay. Really easy to have problems when you do these things, especially if you're doing a live one. It could go any way whatsoever. Okay, well, here goes. That was easy. Okay, now occasionally I've had a Chimay that was actually off, and when you open the bottle, you get this horrible sort of damp paper sort of a taste on the thing, but this one's okay. Also, this has sediment in it, so you've got to be careful how you pour it. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the glass. Okay. Okay, technicals. Pause a minute. I'm going to put you on the test card. And I'm back in the room. Yep, it's been one of those hours getting this thing ready. So now let's have another go at that one. There we go. Okay, so I haven't got one of the Chimay glasses. I've got my usual, it's called a hurricane glass. It's like used for cocktails and things. So unfortunately, I left my Chimay glasses in the UK when I came here, so to Australia. But here goes. Let's see what we get. Not much aroma compared to all of these ones that you get, all the Australian craft beers that are going around these days. So But okay, so from the website, this one is a brown ale, deep ruby colour. It should have fruity flavours of orange, peach, apricots with some toffee notes, and malty nougat and biscuits, and smooth and lingering bitterness. Now, like I say, I've been drinking this one for quite a few years. So I actually started drinking this one back in the 1990s, so it's like 30 years worth of drinking Chimay. Now, it's got like a deep malt sauce of a nose on this one. Let's give it a go. Oh, that's really tangy. It hits you with malt all the way at the back. It's smooth across the tongue though, even though it's got like a bit of tang in there as well. But it's got a really complex flavour to the Chimays. Oh, it's coating all the way around my mouth now with like bitterness. This one's really hitting the spot. Okay, hold on. Live YouTube stream. It's not been an easy one, this one. Oh, we're getting all of those flavours. You definitely get all the dark flavours. So it's a little bit like some of the porter type beers and some of the stouts and things, because it does have like those dark notes in there. Hints of toffee, yes. So it's got a sweetness in there, because they also, with the Chimay, it's one of the few beers where they add some extra things in, and they actually add some candy sugar into the mix when they make Chimay. Now, if this was made in Germany, they would not be allowed to, because that would be against the Reinheitsgebot. But because it's Belgium, they're allowed to add some extra things in, which is why in Belgium as well you get things like the lambic fruit beers and things. But this one, not just the malted barley. I don't think there's any wheat in this one or anything like that, but it's malted barley. It's got the usual yeasts and mild hops that go into this one, but they add some candy sugar at the end to give it an extra little bit of secondary fermentation in the bottle. Now, okay, also there's a couple of other things I've got to do today. I'll come back to the beer in a minute, but today the post has been, because if you don't know, the third Sunday in June in the UK is actually Father's Day. So live card has arrived. Oh, what's this one? It was your destiny to be our dad. Oh, I remember that one. There we go, from Anthony and Amy. Can we get that on the webcam? Yeah. There we go. Also, from Amy for Father's Day, I did actually get a beer pack just arrived. Go Fish. John Boston, never mind. Wilson Figurehead Blonde Ale. Keiju Crush Beer Tropical Pale Ale. Goat's very enjoyable beer, but also this abomination came in the box, Amy. I don't know what you were thinking. A dog called Bluey on a bottle. Never mind. Okay. Now, let's get them out the way. Should have thought this through before I got them out, to be honest. But anyway, there we go. It's what happens when you're on the live stream. This is actually probably going to be the worst live stream I've ever done, with a few more technicals thrown in as well. Anyways, okay, so I'm gonna have a beer, because today is actually, it's Father's Day in the UK, but strangely enough, 28 years ago today, on June the 19th, 1994, is when my son was born. So on the night when he was born, well, back in the 90s, I actually used to run a bottle shop in the UK, in Liverpool, and I used to sell a lot of what we called then specialist beers. The term craft beer had not even been coined at this time, back in 1994. But what I used to sell is some German beers. I used to sell things like Schneiderweissen, Hogarden, and I also used to sell Chimay. And the shop itself was called Specialist Beers. So on the night that my son was born, I passed back past our shop, and I picked up a bottle of Chimay Red 75cl. So it's traditional on the 19th of June every year to get myself a bottle of Chimay Red and to sit down at 7 p.m. and drink the thing. So that's why it's going right now. If you are used to basic Australian mainstream beers, you probably will not be able to drink this. It's bitter, it's strong, it has a lot of extra dark notes in there that you might not be, that you just would not like. However, if you're one of the new breeds of craft beer drinkers, especially if you like all the dark beers, like things like the porters that are coming out, what have I got here? I've got... let's use two hands. I've got 3 craft beers that I'm going to be reviewing in the next couple of weeks. Now, these are some of the darker beers. There's a big... every time it hits winter time in Australia, everybody gets out the dark beers. And we've got a can of Cheeky Monkey Silverback. And we've got a can of Margaret River Brewhouse Panther Cream. But we've got this other thing as well. Other Side Brewery, which is just south of the river in Perth. It's a barley wine. And if you don't know what a barley wine is, do please look it up, because barley wines are absolutely superb. So if you like things like the Panther Cream and the Silverback Dark Imperial Stouts, have a go at barley wine as well if you see it. There's a few barley wines that have just come out in recent weeks. But if you like them, let's get them back in the fridge. If you like those sorts of beers, the dark beers, and if you're used to drinking like the big, chunky, like IPA sort of beers, then have a go at a Chimay. Now, it's not the same as one of these, like a Nipa sort of beer, because they are fruity, aromatic, and a bit tangy. This one's deeper and darker and even more complex than them. So they don't go overboard on the hops, because this is a traditional European type of beer. Now, let's see if we can pick up what it says again. So, fruity flavours. Well, first off, it says a brown ale with a deep ruby colour. Yep, I think we get that one. Orange peach apricot with toffee. I don't know whether I get orange and peach. A bit of like stone fruit in there, though. There's definitely a lot of deep notes. Malt. What do they say? Malty, nougat, and biscuit. Don't know about the biscuits. I've had some really biscuity beers, but they tend to be like a lager type of beer rather than like a dark brown ale. Smooth and lingering bitterness. Yes, it is quite bitter. Okay. Now, sorry about the technicals on this one. Hopefully the stream is still going. Yes, it is. I can see that the stream is still live. Less about the beer today and more about Auntie and Amy, because it's been 2.5 years now since I've seen the kids, because they live in the UK. They're grown-up kids, they're not little kids. Like I say, it's my son is 28, he turned 28 today, so happy birthday to Anthony. But there we go, 19th of June, I might even do the same live stream next year. Let's see if I can get it better next year. But in any case, got a little bit of a video to show. A little bit of a slideshow, and thanks for watching. Okay. Later on, I'm going to edit this bit out, but I'm just going to answer a couple of messages that we've got on the stream right now. Hey Dad, it's good to hear from you again, mate. When are we going to do another collaboration video? Because I'm waiting to do another collaboration video with you. How was your holiday? Were you in Thailand or somewhere? I noticed on Facebook. The first time I had a Chimay, I had a Chimay Blue. So I really like the Chimay Blue. It's like a darker thing. However, it just happens to be that on my son's birthday, on the day he was born, I took home a Chimay Red. So that's what you're getting today. I try and get one every single year, which I used to be able to in the UK. Not always get the 75cl bottle, but yep. So anyway, that's why we're having the Chimay Red. But I actually, the three main ones, the red, the white and the blue, I like equally. Let me put that. So there's on there you can see the different types. The golden. I've never had the golden. I've only had the red, the white and the blue in Chimay. And Roger the Pirate. Yep. I'm looking forward to International Speak Like a Pirate Day as well. Is that September the 15th or 19th? International Speak Like a Pirate Day. I always celebrate it. So Roger, yeah, if you've had the Chimay, great. Because a lot of the time, Roger's over east somewhere. I can't remember what state you're in, Roger. Sorry about that, mate. So Roger doesn't get all of the WA beers, and we don't get all of the Eastern States beers. But I'm glad that you've actually got the Chimay round where you are, because it's even if you're not a big beer drinker, even if you don't try many beers through your whole life, you should give Chimay a try, because it's one of the most classic beers that are going. So anyway, there we go. Okay, here's 5. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, thanks Roger, thanks Darren. Yep, and I'm going to end the stream there. So, yep, thanks for watching.